charts at 3 a.m. Ninja trader hums a digital hymn. Futures flicker red and green ballet. TikTok silent, YouTube's just static today. Candlesticks climb, then they fall like rain. My portfolio's a ghost, no one to explain. Lonely days, trading in the void. Charts don't lie, but they don't make a noise. I watch the ticks, they dance in the dark. No likes, no comments, just my beating heart. Full port, empty room, what's the cost? Is this a profit or just a lost cause? Alone in the charts, I'm a one-man show. Candlesticks for hours, no one to know. TikTok trends fade, YouTube stars align. But I'm here with my trade, stuck in this time. Alone in the charts where the numbers collide. Futures rise and fall, but I'm by my side. No audience claps, no one to cheer. Just me in the market, year after year. My phone pings once a spam email plea. Boost your followers, be a celebrity. I delete it fast like a bad trade gone wrong. Cause my world's in the lines where the trends belong. Volume spikes, then it drops to a crawl. I sip cold coffee, stare at the wall. Lonely days, but I can't look away. This is my life, for better or worse, okay? I watch the ticks, they dance in the dark. No likes, no comments, just my beating heart. Full port, empty room, what's the cost? Is this a profit or just a lost cause? Alone in the charts, I'm a one-man show. Candlesticks for hours, no one to know. TikTok trends fade, YouTube stars align. But I'm here with my trade, stuck in this time. Alone in the charts where the numbers collide. Futures rise and fall, but I'm by my side. Maybe I should log off, go outside, breathe the air, see the sunrise. But the market waits, it never sleeps, and I'm addicted to the chase. The secret it keeps. What if I win? What if I lose? Does it matter if no one's here to choose? I guess I'll stay in this digital cage, trading my days, page after page. Alone in the charts, I'm a one-man show. Candlesticks for hours, no one to know. TikTok trends fade, YouTube stars align. But I'm here with my trade, stuck in this time. Alone in the charts where the numbers collide. Futures rise and fall, but I'm by my side. Alone in the charts, I'm a one-man show. Candlesticks for hours, no one to know. TikTok trends fade, YouTube stars align. But I'm here with my trade, stuck in this time. Alone in the charts where the numbers collide. Futures rise and fall, but I'm by my side. Screen fades to black, I close my eyes. Tomorrow's a new chart, a new disguise. Lonely days, but I'll wake up again. Cause in the end, the market's my only friend.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. Hello, date. Let's see what this wonderful day has to offer. Hopefully today's price action's a little better this morning than it was yesterday. let's check the economic calendar. That's pretty much what we usually start off doing first thing in the morning. I use investing.com for usually the news here. We'll spread it over. Come on. Oh, okay. So we do have some 3-star news this morning at 10 o'clock. We got existing home sales. So just be aware that at 10 o'clock this morning. I was thinking there was no news today for some reason. Tomorrow should be pretty interesting. We got CPI numbers tomorrow morning. I hear a lot of people's trading crude oil. So crude oil, I've been hearing a lot of people trading that in the lobby. But I don't know how much longer that volatility is going to last. We'll have to wait and see. Which I don't ever trade crude oil anyway, so I don't really have much experience with that. All right, where could we go this morning? Got above the previous day close. I am liking the move to the upside only because we ran this 4-hour candle. Anytime in the past that we've ran a 4-hour candle, most of the time you're either going to get the 50% pullback. But also know that this big gold line, that's your midnight candle, that's also a magnet. And we also have not ran this 4-hour candle. But we did pull back over 50% of this 4-hour candle. So that's why I was kind of thinking that we push up this morning. You know, if we can kind of make a little wick down where we kind of run this previous 50% hour, kind of hit all this consolidation right here at the 25s, then pop up. Let's see. Let me look at my trading view and kind of maybe I can get an idea like the overall move for today. I feel like the overall move, even though I feel like we may push up this morning, is probably to the downside. I feel like we could possibly run the lows of yesterday's PM session or even the low of yesterday's AM session. And that would be that next pivot down all the way at 694. I'm not going to lie, man. These last couple weeks, these last couple weeks of the opening has been insane. Some of the hardest that I've seen in quite a while. That's what you're thinking too, Bulldog? You're looking for the sell? The only problem I would run into the sell is I have a hard time shorting into the whole number on my first initial trade. So might have to just kind of delay that first entry a little bit and see if we can break the 900s. But overall, I do like the pullback today since we kind of went up all night. We also have those Asia lows back at, 831? Oh, do I have my candle on the wrong spot here? Oh, wait, no, that's from 2 days ago. So we did not run the midnight opening from 2 days ago. We do have news this morning at 10 o'clock, existing home sales, which that doesn't really do like a whole bunch, but it could easily pump the market, that 20, 30 points. Nothing like insane. Last night's Asia session was pretty good. We had at least over 100 points, 200 points of movement last night. So a lot of opportunities in the Asia market last night to find some trades. I feel like I left a lot on the table because I bought the bottom and only took 30 points. And that thing ended up going up 100 points last night from that low of 31. And we were longing off of 43 last night. So we did have to sit through a little drawdown. So if you did take that trade with me, you did have about 10 points of drawdown and before it just completely just ripped straight up. It went, I think by the end of the overnight session, it got all the way up to 25,003 before we kind of started pulling back down. It pretty much just ran that same move. It went from like 831, 170 points, then back down another 150 points. So, like I said, a lot of great movement in the Asia market last night. For anybody that's a Asia market traders. Or was that higher than that? Let's see. Okay, so during the London session, we went all the way up to 138. So we did have some cool, man, I guess I just didn't realize that we moved that far up last night. What is that? 835, 1, 2, almost 300 points overnight. Nothing worse when you get all that big movement overnight. To me, it just... So this is kind of what you'll have to look out for if you're going to take that long breakout for the opening. You're going to have consolidation sitting at the 25,000. Consolidation sitting up here at the 25,040. So, and you're running to the previous day high. I think that's kind of the indicator I may wait for. If I take a long this morning, I may just wait for us to break the previous day high, or even this pivot up here at the 25,080 for like maybe the second trade. Let's see. What do you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, that's a big old, basically quadruple order block down there around the 24,900s. Is there anybody else in the lobby that trades the opening? I want to say yesterday was the first day we haven't tried the opening in quite a few weeks. So we already kind of knew the opening was going to be insanely tough yesterday. Let's see here. How much longer? We got about 2 minutes left on our 15-minute candle. So far, the 2-minute candle, 15-minute candle is looking pretty nicely. So you're only looking at about 58. Very, very small stop loss this morning as far as the 15-minute candle goes. 15 points for anybody that's trading the 15-minute breakout from 9:15. Wait a minute. Just need to fix a chart real quick. I feel like one of my charts wasn't working. There it is. I think it's just a YouTube page that it's not working on, like the one that shows like my YouTube studios. Okay, there it goes. All right, guys. So if you're new here, all these boxes you see, they represent higher time frames. So the purple box over here is the 4-hour charts. These individually blue boxes are your hourly charts. And the smaller ones are your 15-minute candles. Because usually on the opening, I take my trade based off the 15-minute candle, usually to the upside or downside. Uh-oh. Why is it? Having like connection issues this morning. Now, would it be really nice if this stuff stays inside the candle? Most of the time, the better trades and the 15-minute breakouts when it stays inside the 15 minutes. That way you don't have to have like a massive stop loss. Did anybody trade the overnight session last night? So far as our ATM strategy, we will be copy trading. We will be copy trading 2 accounts this morning on the fundeds. So what we're looking for is 60 ticks, which is 15 points, and 120 ticks, which is 30 points. So, and usually this thing is so fast in the morning, a lot of times we go to break even at 10 points, because most of the time if it's already at 10 points, you're going to hit the 15. And if it's still blasting, it'll get to 30 pretty quick. So the way we usually do this is either we take the full 30 or half, which is the 15, or break even. So then, you know, there is that possibility of as a loser too. So, but hopefully being such high volatility early in the morning, you get that quick 10 points to go to break even. For some reason I can't hear. Maybe it's just methodical man, so I can't hear. What's up, candle dealer? How'd you fare last night? I also need to work on not over trading today. That's something I've been doing pretty badly lately. Been over trading later in the morning. I got away from doing that from a while, but lately I've been finding myself doing that again. Trading after the 11:30. So usually the 11:30 p.m. is usually my cutoff. Especially on accounts that I'm already up in. So right now we're just kind of staying inside the 15 minutes here. So use, like I said, you said you only made 600? That's pretty good in the evening time. Oh, I only made 600 last night. A lot of back and forth. For some reason, one of my sounds is not working. Stretch. We're looking for the methodical man. There we go. For some reason, there's no sound on my other page. Don't know what the deal is with that. All right, so far this is looking pretty nicely whenever we stay inside the 15 minutes. Most of the time you stay inside this 15 minutes, most of the time you'll get like a blast one way or the other. I prefer the blast to the downside because I am not going to take a trade into the whole number. That's always a big no-no for me. I'm thinking we can at least get 15 points to the downside, but we're only going to have to risk 15 points today. So the stop loss is not going to be that bad if we have to take a stop loss. Or if anything, I like to see it just pop up to the 25, a little retest, and come back out the bottom. A little over 2 years. Like I said, if you're new here, the boxes that you see, they represent higher time frame. Probably not overall. Probably for the last maybe 4 months, yes, but not overall for the you know how much money I've invested in probably 2.5 years. I want to say I've been probably the most consistency with my stuff probably in the last 4 to 5 months. But I mean, that's pretty normal for most people that gets into trading. It's usually a pretty rough year or two starting out. Everybody kind of has their ups and downs, and everybody's on their own timetable. Through my cousin, Methodical Man, or through my cousin. I've always been into like some kind of like stock buy-in, crypto buy-in, and all that stuff, but I've never done anything like this until, like I said, a few years ago. I've definitely had my, roughs up and downs, and every now and then I'll have like a little tilt day where I overtrade or I'm trading too much, unfortunately. Unfortunately, most of the time it happens after I'm done streaming. If I don't end up turning off my computer and walking away, I'll find myself doing stupid stuff. I swear I try to keep myself more honest when I'm streaming. Try not to do too much stupid stuff. If I am doing stupid stuff, I usually will let somebody know. Or, if I am over trading, most of the time it's with an eval. This is why I'll constantly say, hey, we're trading an eval. Please don't follow these with your funded accounts. I would prefer to have the move to the downside, candle dealer, because I don't like taking a push up into the 25,000s. You got the 25,000 and the previous day high sitting up here. So I'm just not sure about the move to the upside. So if it goes to the upside, we may just have to end up sitting on our hands, but I will take the short. But it looks like we're creating a nice little trend line. The 30-minute looks like the upside. Oh, come on. No, it probably will. My luck, it'll probably go straight up. It'll be one of these days where it just goes straight up. Oh, I thought I just answered that question. Remember, we said that overall we're still red if you take of what we've spent over the last 2.5 years compared to what we made. Ah, shoot. We already broke out the 15 minutes. So since it already broke the our opening 15-minute candle from 9 to 9:15, we would have to look for a pullback for the longs. So that's kind of how we play this. Unless it comes back out the bottom side, then we will take the bottom side. No mentor. Just a bunch of trial and error and just kind of find what works for myself. So like right now, the next two closest accounts that I have for my next payouts is on Bulanox, and we still need to make about $800 or $900 for $1,000 each. So we're hoping 8 to 9 trades because most of the time we're only looking for 120 a day. It varies. Some days, I mean, I guess you can say, I guess I'm not sure how large of a scalper. I guess mostly scalper because most of the days I'm looking for 10 points and runners. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing swing trading, so we don't hold trades. Because, I mean, heck, you can say that's, what? Less than 100 trades. Most of my trades are 10 to 30 points. Then, you know, if I can catch the right above a pivot line where we find support at the pivot, usually that's when I usually catch my bigger moves. You're talking 50 to 100 points. It just varies day to day. All right, so we just hit the 25,000 to 2010. We got 2.5 minutes. So we do have 10 o'clock this morning, guys. I mean, 10 o'clock news this morning for existing home sales. I'm not sure. I don't really write them down or keep up with them. Funded trades, probably less than 10. Evals, I have no clue because I do most of my trades taken on my stream or evals because usually I'm only looking for 1 or 2 trades with my fundeds. Then after that, we put our funded accounts away for the day. And that's usually this opening trade is where I take my funded trades. Because we don't want to be over trading your funded accounts. All right, we got 1.5 minutes, guys. Unfortunately, if it breaks out here without pulling back into this, we'll just have to watch it, guys. Even though it did kind of already pull back in there, man. It's been doing this quite a bit where it breaks out of the 15 minutes from 9 to 9:15 and just rocket ships. But you know what happened once it hits that 25? All right, we got less than... I'll have to look at questions in a minute. We're about less than a minute from opening, so we're going to kind of just focus on the opening real quick, then I'll look at questions. All right? Quick answer to that. Most of my stop loss is 20 points. All right, 16 seconds. All right, we opened up back in the range. Ah, shoot. I didn't even have that. Just, man, popped quick. You would have to have a resting order to get that one. There's your previous day close. So we'll just have to wait for the next 5-minute candle to print. The opening breakout paid. That's what Methodical Man took this morning. What I would like to see is for us to kind of get above this pivot here and wick back down in the pivot if we're going to continue higher. Either that or this thing just rejects and pulls all the way back down. It has like a big wick body. Then you also have your 4-hour high up here at the 150s. Got 2.5 minutes left. So what we're going to wait on is see if this candle can push above the gold line, which is a pivot. And we're looking for a wick back into the pivot to look for longs. That thing happened so fast that I didn't even have time to think. I mean, it was so quick. Woo, look at that nasty yank back. This is why I tell everybody not to jump in on 5-minute candle breakouts. If you can't catch it in the beginning, try not to take it like midpoint or, where you're like, 2 minutes into a 5-minute candle, especially early in the morning. That's going to be a crappy close too. We only got 30 seconds left on this candle. And usually it's pretty tough to take these when the wick's this big, even if it continues higher. Whew, nasty 5-minute candle. What was that, a 60-point pullback? We still got 25 minutes to find a trade. We don't have news for another 25 more minutes. Is there anybody in the entry right now? Back below the previous day close, we're going to be a short bias. Besides the big breakout, guys, very mild open. Hopefully it doesn't do this all the way till 10 o'clock. We got 2 minutes left on this candle. One minute. Man, these last 2 days, actually, these last couple weeks have been just pretty insane for the opening. All right, we're about to have a new 5-minute candle. The safer long would be back above your pivot. And that would give you an opportunity to run those 4-hour highs up at 140. All right, about to have a new 5-minute candle. Remember, guys, the issue with this long here, if you're trying to long, is you would really want to get through the previous day high here. A lot of consolidation at the previous day high there. Still early. It's only 40, 940. Plenty time. It almost hit that point of control back at the 75s. Besides the opening candle, man, this opening has been just garbage. So maybe we'll finally get to push out the bottom side here. The safer play on the short would be for us to hit the 50, push back up to like the 60s and 70s, then push back down if we're going to go short. One minute left. That was the previous day close. Wow, that thing rejected hard off the previous day close. Dude, fucking, holy goodness, man. That was nasty. That was a nasty. All right, we're about to have a new candle here. Ten seconds left. Dude, things trapping. Woo. What's up, Solo? Dude, the traps right now are insane. It looks like it wants to push up if I'm looking at my Rico candles. Well, another fake out. All right, maybe. Previous day high. Maybe one more pullback to the 25s, then maybe a push up above the 50. There's your pushback. See if we can break back above that previous day. Kind of break back above that previous day high here. No. Very dangerous to try to take a long into the previous day high, guys. Mostly off support and resistance. I mean, we're pretty much past our breakout. We usually take the breakout in the morning. We're just waiting for some kind of support and resistance above a key level. So right now we're kind of running into the previous day high, and we got a pivot sitting right above it. So the safer long would be us pushing above the pivot and doing a little retest. Which would be up there above the 80. But at the moment, we're just kind of chopping back and forth. We don't really have any clean, like 5-minute candles. I don't want to end up taking my trade too early, then we ended up getting a nicer setup later. So we're about to already have a new 5-minute candle in 45 seconds. So right now we're just kind of sitting on our hands. Maybe we finally can break it right here. I'd like to see us break the previous day high. 5 seconds left. It's not going to do it. Very trappy this morning, guys. Hopefully no one's trapped in a trade right now. And we do have news in 9 minutes. Existing home sales for anybody that's in a trade this morning. Dun, dun, dun. This is brutal. Eyes are killing me this morning. Solo, have you taken any trades yet this morning, or are you still just kind of sitting? You did? Nice. Yeah, nice if you're able to take a trade this morning without getting chopped up. What's up, Fish Lips? We're still just kind of sitting on our hands at the moment. We're just waiting for like some full-size 5-minute candles. We've yet to get a full-size candle. Every candle has just been sticks. What's up, AK? How are you doing today? Ooh, 1100 already. Nice. What? I know if I'm patient enough, we should get a nice setup in a little bit. We just got to be patient and wait on it. I'd like to see us get like a nice clean print above the previous day high or a pivot. And this way, maybe we can push up to the 140s, take out that high of that 4-hour previously candle. But even all my EMAs are just kind of stacked on top of each other on the Rico candles. And usually Rico candles give you a good indicator like what trend is like. And right now they're just all smashed. We only got 5 minutes left before news. So just be aware of that if you're in a trade in about 5 minutes. So you don't want to hop in this and be at the mercy of the news. You got point of control sitting at 75. So that's kind of what we've been hitting the last few times is that 75 level. Look at the fake out. The fake out into the point of control. That's pretty much where all of our volume is sitting. Got 3 minutes left, guys. 3 minutes left. $75 is your point of control. That's why you're getting a lot of just back and forth action at that level. All right, we just broke the previous day close. So you'd almost want to see us push back up, then maybe it'll get the breakout here. There's the push back up. You want to see 75 hold here. Be careful if you're in a trade, guys. News is in a few minutes. What's up, Omar? How are you doing? Oh, shit. I'm not liking that it's not pushing. Shit. Didn't get through. Ah, damn it. Got 20 seconds left. We may get wrecked on this one, guys. The news is probably going to get us. Oh, shit. I thought we would get the push before that news candle popped in there on us. That's as close as I can get without getting wrecked. Whew, that was scary as crap. Give me the 25. No, don't bounce at the 25. Okay, I was about to say, it's like, come on. Oh, I sweated that one, guys. I thought I would hit my 15 points before the news hit. Whew. I was sweating that one a little bit. Dude. Aw. My copy trader goofed up. And we only got half our profit, dude. What the heck? That was dirty. We're supposed to get 120 out of each trade, and it only gave us 60 and 81, so copy trader goofed up. So that should only put us $700 away from $2,000 worth of payout, but instead we're still at, what, 800? So both accounts are sitting at 26,800 and 52,800. So we have to get 800, 800. So basically, hopefully 7 more trades of full profit, maybe a little bit more, depending on, I'm not sure. Something must have happened with the copy trader where it didn't close out my trade. So I don't understand. I should have had my full 120 points, but the copy trader for some reason didn't take me out. Oh well, that's the risk of using copy traders. All right. All right, let me turn my copy trader off because we don't want to make that mistake. Just hit that crap accident. All right. It would have been a lot more calmer if we didn't have the news here. So as I said, as we broke the previous day close, you're looking for a pullback into the 75. We hit the 50. There's our pullback into the 75. I mean, just barely wicked above it. And we broke down 50 points. So that's similar, kind of like going back to like what, you know, if for anybody that's usually in the lobbies with fish lips, that's kind of the stuff that he looks for on the whole numbers. And that 75 is your appointed control also. I can show you what we have it marked out on here because I am using a volume chart. So same chart that you see over here, except it just has your volume on it. So 75 is your point of control. So that's what we were kind of looking for the retest. It just happened to be on the 75. And the bottom of your volume range is down at 903. What's up, Ricky? You said stocks are dead? We're doing futures. I've been looking at gold at nighttime. I don't usually look at gold much here in the daytime. Very, very tough price action this morning, guys. We've been just getting destroyed this month in tough price action. Every opening, I swear, for the last week has just been so tough. A lot of seek and destroy, a lot of chopping back and forth. It's been making it so hard to trade the opening. It's kind of like the one thing where I say I feel like you trade from quarter to quarter. So what may have worked on your December contracts is not necessarily going to work on your March contracts. The same whenever we get to our June contracts for the summer. So it's almost like you almost gotta have something different, I swear, for every quarter. That's what it feels like sometimes. Most of the time, you would think this would be like a nice long whenever you get this big like wick after we've had two like bearish candles, and like you could long above this. But man, even now, it's just like, ugh. Is there anybody trapped in a trade right now, or is anybody? What kind of positions is everybody in at this moment? Anybody long, short? Shorts the way. Nice. Don't get lured into the longs. No, usually my bias is whatever sided it's on the 915 candle. I know the big gold line that you see right here, guys. This is your midnight candle. Oh. You're short on the S&P? Nice. I haven't even looked at S&P this morning. So now we're going to be looking probably, well, I don't know. Do I? Man, I almost want to log out of these Puleys here. All right, about to have a 30 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. Here's our midnight candle here at the 14. There's your 10. Don't really want to see it get back above the 10. You'd like to see that 10 hold. This way it pushes in the 90s, hit your 10, then sell back through the 900. There's 25. This is where you want to see it kind of pause and starts coming back down off that 25 level. I'm good. I already hit my first target there. So that was a 25. That's pretty normal. Whole number, 25, back to whole number. So all we got left is the runner here. So either we'll get big on the runner or not. Oh, the runner. Let me lower it down and see if, in case we do get the push back down again. Oh yeah, no kidding. Hope you do have. Just try not to over leverage. Remember, man, you ain't got no time frame to pass it. You got as long as you need to pass it. Oh, it needs more breathing. Yeah, I usually take a little bit more quiet stop out SD. I usually keep very tight stop loss. I'd rather just take a small stop than get caught in like big drawdown. And that's only because I'm trading on these 25K accounts. So it doesn't take very much to kind of ruin your day on these things. So that is, right now, that's kind of the top of the 4-hour candle here. So this is where you want to see holds the 40s. You don't really want us back above the, no, that's not the 4-hour candle, is it? Yeah, 4-hour candle. So you want to see the bottom of this 4-hour candle hold. Be nice if this next candle goes straight down and kind of creates like a nice little order block or something here. All right, we're going to drop it at 10. Just give it a little space in case it decides it doesn't want to come back down. And we'll have our stop loss at the top of this candle here. All right. Dude, that midnight candle is a freaking solid rock right now, guys. The big gold line that you see across the map, across the charts that you're seeing us get hold up, that's our opening midnight candle. So that's what we just keep running into over and over. But as soon as we break that, you should get the push. Hopefully we can get through this 90s and push down to the 829s. Look for the Asia low. We're using Ninja Trader, Beckrock. We're just in this for 1 micro at the moment, guys. We already sold off the first 2 contracts, then we sold off 3 contracts a while ago. So these are just the runners that I got left over that we're trying to at least get 50 points out of, and that'll add another $100 to our profit if we can hit that low down there. Dude, this thing's just stalled. Just lurking in the walls. What's up, Nick? How are you doing today? All right, runner got stopped out. All right, 10 seconds left. Get a new 5-minute candle. What's up, Sir Doss? It's because I have the higher time frames marked out on my charts. That's kind of what you're seeing. The squares that you see, it just allows me to have everything on one chart instead of switching charts and looking at different charts. So I can see where the 1 hour and 4 hour candles are at. I know it looks a little weird, but that's okay. I've never tried oil. I heard oil dumped off pretty good. You said, how come you can't see how many contracts you're in? I'm not sure why. I think it does. It shows you. I think it shows how many contracts I'm in. Because it shows if I place them. So if I place a buy here, it should show. So if I put a buy, it shows 5. You know, if I did 5. It is a prop firm broker. We're using Bulanox, Elusive, and Apex. Wow. Push. Dude, all the way back up to the 25,000. What a nice 100-point move straight back up off that midnight candle, midnight opening. It says, I'm trying to do slow and steady without blowing up. Yeah, we've been on a consistent road to, I'm hoping this month we hit another 2,000 in payout, Sir Dolls. I know what you mean. I have my struggles too, where I start over leveraging sometimes on my accounts, and I did that crap yesterday. So we ended up over leveraging an account yesterday and blowing it yesterday evening. The main two accounts that I've been super strict on is my two Bulinox accounts, because those are the ones I'm only $800 away from $2,000 in payouts. That was the one that you saw me trade. That's the one I'm usually looking for a trade at the. Yeah, I put it in Discord, Solo. You did not see it in there? Yeah, anytime I mess up an account, I always put it in Discord. It always happens after. Unfortunately, I always end up messing my crap up after stream if I continue streams. Well, yeah, one was an eval. One was an eval, one was a funded. So it was one of each. So, yeah, anytime I mess up or blow an account, if I'm not on the stream, I'll. Oh, okay. You didn't know. Okay. But yeah, anytime I mess up an account, if it's not on stream or something, I always will repost it in the Discord. Man, we got like a nice little 5-minute trend line here, but man, we just went straight back up. Now, I will be long biased if we get back above this previous day high here. Because, man, I was thinking that we would run those Asia lows down at 829. Who is it? S Dub, are you still holding this long? I wasn't sure what kind of stop loss you have. You're still in long? Nice. I haven't really started taking longs off the midnight candle, but man, it's very tempting. I swear, man, we've hit. It's crazy that midnight candle opening is such a target. Like every day, it's almost like you can almost see what direction we're going in, because we always seem to retrace the midnight opening every morning during the New York session. I've been following it for a few weeks, but we really haven't taken any trades off of it. So, alpha trades. Nice on the long USA. Or you, yeah. Let me check my Discord. Okay. I got to keep an eye on TikTok because sometimes if for some reason they like to close my thing if I'm not paying attention to it. So I have to watch that. I swear it seems like anytime we have just crazy movements overnight, man, we just get just insane, just crappy price action. I'm ready for the New York to take back over the big moves and go back to the smaller moves in the Asia market. When you're getting hundreds to 200 point moves in Asia, you know the New York's going to probably suck butt. It's almost like they swap positions where, you know, New York, I mean, Asia is supposed to be the consolidation. The London's supposed to be the manipulation, and then you get the big breakout during the New York, and now it's almost like we're backwards. So it's like we've switched, and it does this. I swear, like every couple months, you'll get like where it just flips. Then you'll either have to wait till the lunch hour or something to get any kind of movement. But I only have about an hour left that I can find entries. I have to go get a washer dryer for the wife today. Yeah, the price action has not been great today, STA. Days like this is, man, where I try to tell myself survive. And I did so good all the way up till yesterday. Then I started over trading after lunch, man. That got me yesterday. After lunch got me. I just gotta turn it off. Walk away. Ooh. I'm not in enough contracts to get down that much. Most of all my trades have been three contracts to 5 contracts on micros. So it really it depends on what size account you're trading with, STA. I didn't know if you're trading on a larger account. I mean, if you're trading on like 150K or 100K, or hopefully it's not your own money, and 850 is really not that bad. But 850 on a 25K, on the other hand, that's crappy. You might as well just probably full send that thing and just put it out of its misery. I guess, like I said, it depends on size of your account. I know it, man. I caught myself doing it too. Dang it. I knew that. I haven't done that in a while, Solo. I'm usually pretty good about turning it off and walking away. I don't know. Just yesterday, I was annoyed after that loss, Solo, and I was like, let me try to get this back. That's what was going through my mind yesterday when that happened, Solo. I was in revenge trading mode after that freaking loss yesterday. I was so annoyed after that freaking loss. I went into revenge trading. It doesn't happen too often, but man, it seemed like when it does, that shit never goes my way. It's like any time that I revenge trade, it's like, no. Because most of the time I leave and go to work at, right after the stream. But yesterday I didn't have to work because I had to go with my wife because we have to get a new washer dryer for her salon. And that's what I got to do today. So I'm not going to be here to take any trades because I have to go pick up that washer and dryer and take it to the salon. We bought it yesterday and I got to go pick it up today and deliver it. So, delivery driver for the day. I know Fishlifts is killing it today. 1,000 points. This is Fish Lips' bread and butter. Dude, when it's bouncing between whole numbers like this, man, I should have just put my 1 micro trade on at the whole numbers. Dude, look at this 5-minute green set of candles, man. You would think if this thing can hold up and just rerun all this down here, just dump down another 100 points. Fast Trader, how was your first trade? Did you take your first trade on your free elusive account? Guys, we're going to try to do another giveaway with that elusive account one day this evening. You know, probably do it in the evening because a lot more people show up in the evenings. I still have one more elusive account to give away. I want to say it's a elusive Pro, I think. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's the elusive Pro that I got left. Elusive has been pretty good about giving away free accounts, so kudos to them. So you lost 500. Hey, Nick, I have never kept a free account. Anytime I get a free account, it never goes my way. And it's because I have no attachment to it. So I have no real money into it. So I'm just like, let me over leverage. Is this going to be the long tier? Let's see. All right. We're at the previous day. Previous day high has been magnet. Maybe we can get that push up to the 50, up to the 85s here. No, come on. Get up there. Well, oh, did I just get faked out? We might have just gotten faked out, guys. It should at least get the 75. That's what we were hoping for, is the 75 with a possible pullback and retest of the 50. All right. There's your 75. Let's see if we get the pivot. I want to shoot for higher, but I'm not sure if we get through that pivot here. So we did that, so we were at least 15 points away from that 75. They just do it automatically, solo. It usually within a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry, Rope. No, this is MNQ. Oh. It usually don't take them very long to activate the fundeds. Oh, okay. I guess I wasn't aware of the little the button thing they pushed there. Nice. Dude, if this thing can pop the pivot here, man, we should get a push up to this high of the New York. Don't time the YOLO. No YOLO. Just right below the previous day high at 55 at 50. So we're in this for 9 points on the runner. But you got to be careful, man. We could reverse hard off of this pivot. So you got to be careful. I don't know what's going to happen at that 85 level. If we break the 85 level with a little retest, man, that is a long that I would probably even take by itself for myself, because I like longing off these pivots. And you're about to have 20 seconds left. So you want to see this thing push, little retest, then pop. But I long the previous day high here instead. We just hit the pivot, so that's what we're running into. These are Fibonacci pivots. All right. Let's see if we get a little retest for it. See if you want to see it hold up. Want to make sure it holds. Retest. Is it going to hold? Going to hold? You got to make sure it holds. Yeah, if this pivot doesn't hold, I mean, it's usually back downtown. I'm hoping it's just a little pullback since we hit the 90 and the 100s. This is pretty normal stuff when it comes to taking that first trade into the 90s. To me, y'all know me, I always talk about this is always the worst spot to trade. Like when you're taking, that's why I didn't want to take that first trade above the pivot, because I know that most of the time you're going to be battling between 90 and 110. I always find it to be the very hardest entries to hit on the very first hit. And you got, like I said, you have to wait and make sure it's going to hold on these pivots. But this looks pretty normal. It hits the 90, between 90 and 100. You push back to the 75. Where do we push back to? 75. So hopefully this will be the ideal to hopefully move higher here. We do not want to go back to the 50. Yeah, nice little bottom tail there. So hopefully this can hold up and continue higher here. So you're probably going to run it. All right, so there's the first 100 hit. So now you're going to probably hit a 90, hit the 80. Then your next hit's going to be the 110. Then you could get another pullback into the 90s. And then that second push above 100. I used to long this a lot whenever we would, the second push back above the 100 level, if you got that opportunity. We're at least going to lock in a few points out of this just in case it does come back. All right, remember, we're probably going to get rejection at the 110. That's normal too. So here's your 110 hit. Might get a push back into the 90s. Up. Oh, did the 3 digits hold? All right. It dabbed the 90s. It dabbed it. So now it needs to start pushing back up again. Oh, there it goes. Look at there. Just repeats itself every day. Ah, shit, we got the 20s. A lot of consolidation to the left of us here. If you're greedy on the greedy side, I just don't see how we don't run this 4-hour candles at 140, but I'm not going to shoot for the 140s. This is just my runner, so we're just going to try to get as much profit out of the runner as we can. And so I'm just shooting for 25, which is the first hold number. After, just shoot for that first hold number. Because a lot of times you'll hit the 25, then come back down to the 100 before it pushes. And we're about to have a new candle, so I would prefer this candle be a lot more body than I do wick. So that's the only thing that sucks. We need this to be more body than we do wick. So right now we're almost trading in the middle. So that's not a very pretty looking 5-minute candle. Like you want it to look like this. These are like your nice bread and butter type 5-minute candles. And we just created a swing. If you look to the left, you can see all the consolidation here. So this is what we're kind of battling. That's why it's struggling to move higher. We're going to try to do one tonight. We'll do one tonight for a loose of 50K. Dude. It's just basically a sweep indicator on Ninja Trader. I think it's just called a, let me look at it. Uh-oh, I think I froze my charts. Whoa, what happened to my charts? Oh, that was scary. All right, nice retest of the pivot. It's just called a liquidity sweep indicator. If you go to, it's okay. As long as my stop loss is in there, it's okay. I was trying to find it. I don't remember where I downloaded it from. I feel like I thought it was. I don't know if I didn't put it in the Discord here. It was a free indicator. You might be able to get it free offline. I didn't see it in my Discord for some reason, but it's a popular. Let me see where it's at. I don't know. Let me see where it's down here. I want to say it's by Lux Algo, whatever how you say the last part. I don't even know why I can't find it. So for the longs, that pivot has to hold up here, guys. Oh, there it is. So I want to say I might have got it from the LuxAlgo website. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, because it's that LuxAlgo. I want to say you can go to their website and download it for free. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it would have been a free indicator from them for NinjaTrader, because I know I didn't pay for it. Or let me look in my files. I might have it somewhere in here too. Maybe I can just download it. Let me just type in Lux. I'll go see. All right, I found it. Let me put it in Discord real quick then. Okay, I put it in the Discord. Whoever was asking about that. I'm sorry, I forgot who was asking about the liquidity sweep indicator. Dude, that thing just come within ticks. Where is? Oh, there it goes. All right. There's the Discord link if you want that liquidity sweep. Like I said, I can't remember who was asking about it. Someone was asking about the liquidity sweep indicator. But it's the last indicator we have in there, so it should be pretty easy to find. Just go to Discord, go to indicators, and it's that last one down there. And it's for NinjaTrader. Dude, has it been a battle just to get to 25 here, guys? Holy goodness. I like that pivot retest that we did, though. That would have been another nice long off that pivot. Go. Come on. Don't want to go to break even too quick. Not break even, but I don't want to move my stop loss up too quick because I feel like we're going to hit the 25. There we go. All right. Like I said, I believe 40 is probably the end of the line. Like that definitely could be very doable up here at what, 145, 150, because you would be running this 4-hour candle over here. So if you see this little purple box, this is your 4-hour high, well, not 4-hour high, but the previous 4-hour candle. And that was a nice, that pivot was also sitting on top of the 1-hour candle too. So that was another nice retest of the hourly candle. Woo, that might be the only good trade for the day, the morning there, guys. I think that's where you just stop if you're able to at least catch some of that and like, okay, done for the day, go into the lunch hour, let it chop around. Then if you're looking for the next set of big moves, come after the lunchtime. This is a lot of 5-minute candles without any kind of pullback. So you would anticipate some kind of pullback after we run this 4-hour candle. Man, you think we continue higher even after, man? I don't know. I'm sitting on the sidelines. I figure we've already got, if I can find maybe one more trade for an eval or something. Let me disconnect there. Go back to my Bewleys. The one thing I don't understand this morning is somehow I didn't get my full profit whenever I hit 30 points. So I had some kind of malfunction with my copy trader on that very first trade this morning. I don't know if it was because it was news or what it was, but I hit my 30 points on that, but I only ended up with half profit on one account and about 3/4 on the other. So like instead of the 120, what I go for, I only got 60 and 80. So I had some kind of like malfunction go on with my copy trader this morning on my 2 funded trades that we were copy trading. So, and we got our 30 points. It just didn't register. I'm hoping by the end of the month we can get those 2 accounts passed. We only need to make $800 more, which is pretty good. Buy, sell, sell. You're selling up there solo. Are you going to sell the top of that 4-hour candle? Oh, okay. No, you meant buy, sell liquidity. Oh, okay. Hopefully most of you guys are done trading for the day, or not done trading, but at least you're able to get most of your profit for the day. Or if you are red, hopefully it's not terribly bad or it's manageable red. Just don't do like I did yesterday in revenge trade. The revenge trade will get you. I got to say, that's the first time I've done some revenge trading in a minute. What's up, Danny? How are you doing today? So, guys, we're about to run that 4-hour candle here. This move up offered 2 entries that I like to take. So the first one was when we kind of almost printed above the previous day high. I always wait for a wick back down so that make sure you get that little tail, and that's where we got long. And as soon as I saw it start toppling the 60s, that's where I knew, okay, we'll probably get the 70s. We were already out of our first target. The next trade here would be your pivot trade, which I also like taking these, where you just get a barely 5-minute candle to push above your pivot. Then you wait for this next little push down where it either holds the pivot or just push down at no more than like 5 or 10 points. And then when it comes back above it, gets back above this close of this previous 5-minute candle, I would look for longs. Or if you want to be on the safe side, you can wait for the retest of the pivot. And most of the time that thing will hit just right on the tick. So you saw we pushed up almost 20, 30 points. Then this was the pullback into the pivot. To me, this is the safer trade. If you're looking for a little bit more on the safer side, this would be your safer one here. So I would have waited for it to hit it. And as it's probably coming back above the hold number, I probably would have looked for long just to make sure. We have this other one target that we've been looking at. We just haven't really taken any trades. So this big dotted gold line you see with the like dots plus slashes, this is your midnight opening candle. So, and for some reason, NASDAQ is always most of the time will pull back to that midnight candle. And it seems like lately, if it's either going into it, and if it holds, it seems like that's almost like the bottom or top a lot of times. I've seen so many big moves off this candle or off this midnight candle. But like I said, we just haven't taken any because we've only been watching it for a few weeks. Yeah, I got to sneeze. Ooh, excuse me. I know it's almost like, do you long off the top of the 4-hour candle here? Thank you. I'm just not going to jump in. Oh, you're thinking, what, 218? There's so many green candles. It's like, where's the pullback going to come, guys? You know it's got to come. I mean, this is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 5-minute candles. This is mean we've been going straight up for what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 35 straight minutes we've been going straight up without any pullbacks. So you know what happens as soon as you try to jump in this, you're going to get the pullback because that's usually what happens. I hate the NQ. Oh, yeah, you definitely got to have that love-hate relationship when you're trading the NQ some days, man. Oh, I know I'm not jumping in. I've already took my trade, so we're just going to be chilling, waiting. If we get some kind of like 30 to 40% pullback, maybe off the 4-hour candle at 140s, 150s, I think that would be maybe ideal, but it would be eval only if we do. Man, this thing's got to pull back. That's the 75. Most of the time you hit that 75 to 90 range, you'll get the pullback to the 50. Man, we could have hindsighted 100 points here. Oh, is that what you're looking for, Nix? Is the pullback into the 4-hour candle? I mean, there's a lot of consolidation here. You would think that this area would hold up if we pull back into that 4-hour candle. Oh, you shorted the 82s? Hey, shorting the 90s is never a bad idea. Trust me, the 90s have more pullbacks than any level out there. That 90 is an insane target, guys. There's always either a pop off the 90 from the upside back up or leading into the 90s. Every now and then you'll get those few days where it just completely runs all those targets. So, but right now, like I said, guys, we're just sitting on our hands. Oh, you're already at break even? Well, dude, you're already at what? If you're short from 82, I mean, shoot, you're already up almost 20 points. Man, that's good. I'm not sure what kind of profit target you look for. I mean, 10 to 20 points. My short is empty. You're still long, John? Nice, man. I'm disappointed that I took profit, but it is what it is. I know what happens if I didn't take profit at my target. And trust me, it's so many times I'm like, okay, can we get more? We get more. And it ends up pulling back and stopping me out for hardly any profit at all. It's almost like, I don't know. This happened to me so many times. If I don't just take my profit, I'll be up like 50, 60 points and just come back and take nothing. There's your 50 touch. 50 touch to the T there. Nice. Nice. All right. We're at the top of the 4-hour candle. Does it hold? A lot of wicks between 50 and 25. So you got wicks all through here. Dude, Nick, your 82 is paying the bills right now. What's crazy, do we get a 25% pull, a 50% pullback on this? That would have us pulling back all the way down to 25,055. Or if you look at the 40%, you're looking at what the pivot's at. Just sold at the 140s. You mean you got out of your entry or you just shorted the 140s, Nick? Sounds like Methodical Man's short over there too. Oh, you got out. Nice. Heck yeah, man. If you were short from your birthday, the 82, man, that's nice. Shoot, 40 points, man. Yeah, it sounds like Methodical Man's short. I don't have it in me to short. It's just we done went up way too far. I'd rather just wait for some kind of normal pullback. Like I wouldn't even be interested in a short if we were, unless we got back below our pivot here. Oh, you're still from that gold trade? How much did you lose on your gold trade, Nick? I thought you said you lost on oil. Or did you lose on oil too? Okay, oil. Yeah, okay. Oil. 500? Now, does it take a lot to lose 500 on oil? I've never traded oil, so I don't really even know how much their contracts are. No, you lost in 10 minis. Holy God. Dude, 10 minis is never good, man. Is that like a full port with oil? 10 minis? Oh, 10 minutes. Okay. I thought you went in with 10 minis. 10 minutes. Okay. Okay, 10 minutes. That's a little, one contract. Okay, that's a little better. I was like, whoa, 10 minis, man. You just went like balls to the wall. I know I saw the oil dump like 30, 40 bucks last night. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Have you guys noticed the rug pulling that seems to be going on a lot lately? They rug pulled people on silver. They rug people on gold. They've rug people on the freaking oil. Like the Bitcoin. I mean, everything's just been getting so rug pulled lately that the 50% sell-offs have been insane lately. Or even 30 to 40% sell-offs have been just nuts. Can you imagine all the money that everybody has lost on gold, silver, and Bitcoin probably in the last 2 months when those things were like at all-time highs? Man, those big corporates were over there licking their lips like, oh yeah, these suckers are about to get it, for all the individual traders who are trying to jump in at the last moment, thinking you may miss something, then they nothing. Then the worst is if you with Robinhood or something like that, and you're using leverage to buy that crap, and your leverage just gets yanked. Buying like 5 to 1 on leverage. Ooh. Oh, did you get caught in some of that, AB? Right now, guys, we're just kind of sitting on our hands. We already took the long off of the previous day high, and so there's not really anything for me to do at the moment. I'm trying not to overtrade as much today because sometimes I find myself overtrading a lot, even with the evals. What time is it? So we got about 15 more minutes. I'm pretty sure we're not going to probably jump in any more trades. I have to get off exactly at the 11:30 today because, like I said, I have to go pick up the wife's washer and dryer for her salon. So I have to figure out how I'm going to do that. I mean, I have my truck and trailer to use, but man, I know I can't lay it down. And my trailer doesn't have walls, so I just mainly use it just to haul a four-wheeler around. So I don't know. Either that or we have to pick it up and put it in the back of the pickup. So I don't know. No, it's not a flatbed. I mean, I could use my truck, but that means I would have to clean the back of my truck out. And the trailer is just like a utility trailer that I use to haul my four-wheeler around, or, you know, the four-wheeler, or, you know, for whatever you might need it's basically just a Lowe's utility trailer. Like, I think it's like a 6x8 or something like that. But the thing about it, the washer and dryer that I got to pick up, Nick's, is a stackable washer and dryer. It's not like a two-piece stackable. It's basically like an apartment unit washer dryer that you would see in an apartment, because my wife just uses it at her salon. So it, you know, don't really have a, you know, limited room in a back room. So it's just what she, you know, had just a stackable washer and dryer, kind of apartment style size. It's kind of like the medium size, but it's tall, but you can't lay it flat, because if you lay it flat, is, you know, I guess it could, the hooks could rip off of the washer tub, I guess. What would be really nice if we can get another third red candle and get the possible little 3-candle breakout here. So it's going to be a 2-candle bear flag, bull flag. Ooh. Is there anybody in a position right now? I didn't know what maybe somebody else is looking for. I don't think we're going to take any trades, but I think Nick said he got out of his shorts. I'm not sure if Fish Lips is short from 75 or long. I'm not sure if he longed the 25 here. We're back at that 4-hour candle. That's what we're pushing into. Let me find. Man, usually this is kind of like a eval type trade that I would usually take. At least get 10 points. So you would look for this and 2-candle pullback, red, and if I'd have took the long, I would have been long at like right at the 50 as it broke the 50, just looking for 10 points in a runner. 3 is a little bit better. I like the 3s a lot better than I do the 2s. I feel like the 3s are always a lot better on the pullbacks. You missed it from the 130? I still think you probably could have gotten that one at 150 once it broke this wick here. I mean, I guess if you're playing the body, it looks like it's at 130, the close of the body. But to me, I would have probably just played the wick. So once it broke 150, you could have looked for 10 points. Usually that's what I do. I just wait for it to break the wick. And this would be what kind of like a 5-minute little 2-candle bull flag for anybody that likes to play breakouts. I don't usually take these on funded accounts, but I do take these on my evals. I will take bull flag, bear flag breakouts above support and resistance. So you got a flag, what they pull back, what they break of your previously 4-hour candle. So your support, and you can kind of use that as your stop loss, if you want to play off that 4-hour candle. So if you feel like it's about to start losing that 4-hour candle, that's probably, that's why whenever I took my long off the previous day high, we used the previous day high as kind of our stop loss once we got to moving. Then same thing with pivots. Whenever we trade around pivots, we'll use those pivots as our stop loss. But that seems like what it's been like lately with the price action in the morning. It's been very difficult in the morning. Solo, are you still looking for the long up to 316? I'm sorry, not 316, 218. What's up, John Smith? How are you doing today? Thanks for not spamming the lobby today. I'm not sure if John Smith hangs around or if he just comes in here and posts a few, what is it? Click the bio to join my free signal group. I'm not sure. Has anybody ever clicked on John Smith's bio link? Just out of curiosity. I'm not sure how many people do that or not, but just out of curiosity. Yeah, that's... Yeah, Nick, that's on TikTok. Oh, shoot. I got to turn the methodical bed off. That shit's so loud. No, where's he at? I can't find my methodical man page. He's got that freaking whatchamacallit at the end that's so loud in my headphones. Okay. Whew. What's up, Mike? We're trading MNQ, and no, we do not have a position at the moment. We're not going to probably take any more trades because I have to leave today at 11:30. I have something I have to go run and do today. Our last entry was down here off the previous day high level. So this is how we played the previous day high. We basically waited for our 5 minutes to kind of push above the previous day high. Then we waited for our next candle to kind of create a little bitty baby wick. Like, you're looking for, say, maybe 10 points at the most, 15, not too deep. And then I'm just looking for us to move back above the previous day high. So we got a quick 10 points out of that. The next level of resistance is going to be your pivot sitting here at the 85s. This was a nice close here above the pivot. We created another little wick tail back down to 75, created another swing down there at the whole number, and basically continue higher. And we took out the trade at 125. So you had multiple entries on this move up. If you're patient enough, it seems like these pivot trades almost pop every single day. I don't know about you guys, but I swear every day these pivots almost offer a 100-point trade every single day if you can wait for one of those to happen. This would have been, what you want to do is have the retest of the pivot, not when it first breaks above it. So you want to see this push up 30 points, 20, 30, 40 points. Then you're waiting for this right here to wick back into it. And you take the trade on the retest. It just seems like, man, those right there just seems like they just be paying every day. But you just have to be patient and wait on them. I know, don't they, Nick, man? They just be paying like every day. Like, now we're just kind of sitting on our hands, just watching price action. Because like I said, we are not taking any more trades today. Hopefully, whenever I turn my charts off, we won't take any more trades until the Asia session tonight. Guys, if I get a setup like I did last night in Asia, I am going to go in heavy because I'm so annoyed that we bought the bottom last night and that thing went up over 140 points last night. And I took literally 10 points, not even 10 points. I think I took 10 points in a runner. It was horrible. That 43 level, I think it ended up pushing down. I think you said about 10 points in the drawdown. And like that was the low last night, and it is still the low. Man. And I see that happen a lot at that on those super trends in the middle of the night, those super trend levels. The worst is when I actually bought in the wrong direction on the super trend because I was like, that thing's going to fall. It didn't. That thing held up and I ended up buying the bottom. That was a few weeks ago. I was like, okay, we'll never do that again. So we got wrecked. Got wrecked. All right. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching today. Like I said, I had to go do a favor. Got to go pick, like I said, had to go pick up the washer and dryer for the wife today for the salon. You know, the husband duties. Thank you for watching. Be safe if you're trading during the lunch hour, because remember, lunch hour is usually fairly choppy. That's what happened to me yesterday. And on top of that, I think Trump was speaking during the lunch hour because Methodical Man called me. He was over there slinging his eval around during that session. Because the market just went straight up yesterday. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. All right, guys. Thank you. So let's see. In here.